Gonna do a few of the Night Watch Ridge, then commissions, and then the 7-star something, so I can go to my teapot.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Collie!
I created another
Sword, claymore, something, something. Okay, so I do not have a bow. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Oh, I'm in leeway, bro? I didn't even know. Or at least I didn't notice. Yep, I mean, Ridge Watch, not Watch Tower Ridge or whatever I said. My bad. You know what? I might as well kill these guys.
Time to work.
Gather!
Oz reveal.
Nova, get them!
Quietly now.
No stopping on my duty. You're not going anywhere.
Nice and spicy!
Solidify!
By royal decree.
Wait, I took damage? It's fine, whatever. It's only a few hundred, so... It's only a few hundred. Huh. Okay. I adjusted my mic because I'm not talking loud right now.
Stabilize!
Odds for be-
Out of the frying pan.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha.
By royal decree.
Busted.
Solidify! Yeah! No rest for the wicked.
Nice and spicy.
Gotcha. Take it easy.
Whoops, I didn't hold it. My bad. Okay. Now I'm just kind of hoping for crit damage, golden general's helmet with possibly HP, CR or CD,
Gather!
and or CD. You know what I mean.
Odds for be-
Booba, get them.
Busted.
Stabilize!
Quietly now. Game's up. Fun's over.
Gather!
By royal decree.
Out of the frying pan.
Defense, HP, defense, attack, locking net. Yes, I'm spending all of my daily doubles on this. Why? I don't know. I guess it's for Yelon. Wrong button. You know what? No, I should not do this. Wait, what? Wait, what is this? Azdaha. Okay. Great, bro. Azdaha. Seriously? What is... Okay, so today's Saturday. Great, bro. I mean, why not, bro? Why not? Okay, what was I doing? What is her constellation even, bro? Some sort of flower? Or what? Where's my other Dendro character? Oh, the Sucrose. Kale. That's who it is, okay. I'm unlocking a bunch of these. I'm turning notifications off. I turned off party notifications because this one guy keeps inviting me, but he's not on Genshin Impact, so Sunday. Ooh, okay. Or was that other Dendro? Yeah, why not?
Solidified!
Oz, we're Booba, get them!
Stabilize.
Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Busted.
Solidify.
Nice and spicy.
Quietly now.
I didn't realize my shield was gone.
Stabilize.
Out of the frying pan.
Wish they would stop cornering me. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna leave this domain and just wait for, I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna do. Okay, so commissions that's next.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Well, he hasn't done any driving.
Wish me luck.
Gather.
Let the show begin.
Stabilize!
Gotcha!
Gather!
Let's dance. Hi. Huh. Huh. Hi. Huh. 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 I'll bring my seasonings.
Stabilize!
Nice and spicy. By royal decree.
Busted! Cha! Ha! Ta! Ha! Cha! Ha! Ha! Ta! Cha!
Solidify! Stabilize.
Oz, reveal. Out of the frying pan.
Quietly now. Ha! Take it easy. Ha! 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 Gotcha. T- ha!
Solidify.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
By royal de... Goba, get them!
Busted. Ta! Ha! Ta! Ha! Ta!
Yeah.
Oz, reveal by...
Quietly now.
Stabilize.
Who's Patchy?
By royal decree... Out of the frying pan.
Ha! Ta! Ha! Ta! Ta!
Solidify. Yeah. Stabilize!
Unsolicited, and all the more valuable for it.
It'll still be dangerous.
Gather!
Boba, get them!
Take it easy. Busted.
What if I were to go around the ruin guard?
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
What a lovely surprise. Welcome. Hoishi, why don't you go downstairs and get the shopkeeper to make us a fresh pot of tea? I heard that you've been traveling all over the place recently. I would very much like to hear your adventure stories. Hoishin told you, didn't she? Don't worry. I'm quite all right. It's just the years gradually catching up with me. As I grow older, I'm starting to find that with many things, I am still very much...
How difficult is it?
Oh, historically
It's
speaking,
getting
we
boring.
also want to keep any perspective Tianxi. For these reasons, Tian
Oh my
So in
gosh.
other words, you pick someone, and then Lady Keqing, Lady Ningguang, and the other Qixing appoint them?
Correct. Not to despair, however, because I found someone exceptionally capable to act on my behalf as assessment officer.
Yelan.
In fact, I believe you recently became acquainted with her yourself.
Oh? Who is it?
I'm heartbroken. I thought it might take you a little longer than this to forget all about me.
It's Yelan!
Jackpot. Uncle Tian here asked me to assess 3 candidates for him. Fancy joining me? You'll be among the first to get to know the next Tianshu. Might be a good opportunity for you.
What do you think? Paimon thinks so too. It can't be a bad thing to be on good terms with a new Qixing, right?
Alright then. Though, I gotta say, Uncle Tian, you say you're into behind-the-scenes planning? My work's of the covert variety too. Don't you think I might make a good Tianshu?
Huh? Yelan, you want to be the next Tianshu?
I'm not opposed to the idea, but I suspect Ningguang wouldn't let you go very easily after how long you've been working together. So, how about this? If your investigation reveals that none of the other candidates are qualified for the position, I'll recommend you for the job.
Deal. Well, you guys take your time. Everything's all set for the assessments to go ahead. Meet me on the first floor when you're ready. Until then, have a pleasant conversation.
If I get to choose, like, whether I can, like, well, you know what? I'm gonna see the other candidates first before I
and
absolutely
no need
choose
to pay
her.
for your tea. As the new owner of this fine establishment, this runs on the house. You're all set?
Uncle Tian seems really worn down. It's like a...
Yeah, it may sound harsh, but Uncle Tian is past his prime. He's not cut out for this anymore. So he's recommended 3 candidates. Their names are Qinwei, Mingbo, and Zhi. Qinwei is a wealthy entrepreneur. Mingbo works at the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs, and Zhi is focused on study and travel. Try to keep all that in mind. Of course, it doesn't really matter if you forget, since we'll be assessing them at Yuehai Pavilion in a short while.
Qianwei, Mingbo, Zhi. Paimon should be able to remember their names, but what does the assessment involve exactly?
Let's leave that until... All right.
Got it. We'll keep our eyes wide.
My legs are getting sore. What is wrong with this assessment officer? This is a huge occasion and I don't even get a chair. I've dealt with all kinds of people in my time, but never have I been made to stand while I'm waiting for an appointment.
This guy's a no.
Oh, I mean, I think it's fine.
That's called being complacent. If you're happy to just accept the way things are, you'll never be able to change anything in the future.
Oh, come on. That's just... Now you're just being unreasonable.
All right, you two. Let's not get into a big argument over this. It's not worth it. Qianwei, that was a bit uncalled for. And Mingbo, cut him some slack. We've all been standing around for a while. It's natural to be getting irritable. Look, how about this? There's no rule saying we're obliged to stand up while we wait, so why don't we borrow some chairs from the guild nearby?
Fine. They're not the best quality chairs, to be sure.
Qianwei's a no.
Under the circumstances, it
I'm
would
not
be
choosing
better
him.
than nothing.
You can't. Unless he's, like, gives me a few million more, he's not getting it.
It looks like all 3 candidates have arrived. We'll meet them formally soon. Before that, let me run you through the assessment process. I've split it into 2 stages: current affairs and planning, and face-to-face interview. In the first stage, candidates are required to submit a manifesto for Liyue's development. In the second stage, we will ask them some questions in person.
Now I gotta study. Great.
Writing a manifesto takes time, so I informed them of this requirement in advance. These are the reports they submitted.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. One of them is really thick.
It's also worth mentioning a stipulation I gave them. Whoever is appointed as the new Tianshu will be expected to implement their plan as put forward in their manifesto. Failing the occurrence of some cataclysmic event, they will not be permitted to change their plan. Therefore, these 3 piles of documents in front of us represent where each candidate stands on key policy issues. There's still some time. Have a skim through, get a first impression. I'll be waiting off to the side. Just let me know when you're done.
It's gonna be boring.
Oh, wonderful. Another flower.
I'll get back up there. There we go. Oh my gosh, I need to turn auto read off. Z, Z's. Okay, so the one with the Z is gonna win.
Finished, huh? What did you think?
Everyone took it very seriously.
No.
Of course they did. They have the chance to be picked as the new Tianshu, so you can bet they're putting their best foot forward. And keep in mind, whoever gets in has to execute their plan as written. Nobody wants to have any regrets. That's for me to know and you to find out. We can talk more after the interviews. We'll see the candidates now. Let's do one at a time. Start with Chenwei.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh? So you two are the assessment officers, are you? I had assumed that given the great import of this situation, Lady Ningguang would perhaps be assessing us in person. I certainly hadn't imagined I'd be seeing two entirely unfamiliar faces.
This guy's a pain in the butt, to say the least.
I trust you've read through my manifesto? I'd be more than happy to clarify any details you found difficult to grasp. It was written with an expert audience in mind, after all.
Mind your tone, mister.
Relax. It wasn't intended as a personal slight against anyone in particular. I was simply stating a fact. Cloud Retainer? You know this Adeptus? Oh, yes, I remember now. You must be the traveler that people are constantly talking about. With your sterling reputation, you must have a respectable level of erudition. Perhaps you will be able to understand the concepts
You're not getting the job, just quit.
Yeah, although I shouldn't get my hopes up.
Oh, is it my turn?
This guy's too lenient.
Yes. Please, introduce yourself.
I'm, Mingbo. I work in the Ministry of Civil Affairs. I've worked there for, 9 years, 5 months, and 3 days. In that time, I've handled, 2,347 cases.
He's kind of like me. He stutters a lot. He's shy, and complacent.
I have 12 active cases at the moment. They should be concluded in, 16 days? My current work is related to urban planning, and I'm also responsible for, auditing the accounts. To be more precise, there are 3 parts to the accounts, namely...
Is it just Paimon, or is he not very good at public speaking?
You know what? Let's leave the self-introduction there and move on to some questions.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hello. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little nervous. What would you like to know? You're here to assess me, so ask away and I'll answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Your manifesto is very wide in its scope, but you don't seem to be personally involved in many of the specific fields. How can you be sure that you have the ability to put your plan into action?
Very fair question. I completely understand where you're coming from. But I'm confident in my plan. I've visited many different places, talked to lots of people with far more expertise than myself, and my manifesto is the conclusion of these efforts. Of course, 2 different problems can be interconnected in very complicated ways, and you might reach 2 very contradictory conclusions depending on which one you're focusing on. What I've tried to do is strike a balance. In other words, present an optimal solution to all the problems as a whole.
How do you plan to determine whether you are right or wrong about your proposed solution being the optimal one?
A great question. Well, I'd start by having my colleagues and the secretaries of the Yuehai Pavilion evaluate any proposals before implementation. Post-implementation, it would all come down to the results. If it turned out that my judgment was to blame for poor results, I would take responsibility.
Nice answer. All right, next question.
He seems like a great guy. Everything he said was thoughtful and logical, and he was just a pleasure pleasure to listen to.
Here's my take on what we just learned. As you saw, Qianwei is highly knowledgeable. He proposes many excellent ideas in his manifesto which effectively target the big issues. But he is very proud and incredibly stubborn. He doesn't care much about other people's feelings. Mingbo's plan is more thorough and more measured. You can tell he's meticulous in his work, very detail-oriented. But he and Qianwei are otherwise polar opposites. Mingbo is not very articulate and comes across as very timid in conversation.
Perfect summary! Paimon couldn't agree more! You're good at this,
You didn't understand a single word,
Last but
Paimon.
not least, Zhi. His manifesto is full of pertinent details, his methodology is sound, and his proposals cover a broad range of fields, which is quite a rare feat. The depth he goes into in each and every area means it can only be a product of painstaking work. Plus, he is modest and good at dealing with people. But what really interests me is that many of his views happen to coincide with Uncle Tien's. Having someone like Zhi take the position would certainly put Uncle Tien's mind at rest.
Great!
We'll see. Let's go back and
As much as I want to pick Yelan, I gotta pick Zhi.
I see.
All right. Then let me ask this. The ideas in Zhi's...
I didn't want to say anything when those three candidates have all studied under me but Qianwei went on to focus on his business, and Mingbo has always been occupied with his work at the Ministry of Civil Affairs. Of all of them,
Whoa! So how did you get to...
Qianwei was referred to me by an old friend. Mingbo came to my attention and we first met while fishing.
Oh my gosh, I don't care.
Came from a poor family, and his parents died when he was very young. But he reminded me of a younger version of myself. So I started out giving him a few words of advice when we were out fishing and noticed how quickly he got on. Quite. And now, all of us, the young are growing up.
I don't know, Uncle Tien. You still seem in pretty good shape to me. You might have another...
Oh, you. There's really no need to console me. Having less energy than I used to isn't such a...
Sounds like you sure love fish.
Ooh, there's nothing quite like...
Fresh fish soup.
Doesn't it? Also, when we've been fishing recently, Zhi always... That flavor makes for a fond memory. But at my age...
Ooh, can Paimon come next time too?
Oh my gosh.
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
Mm-hmm. I appointed. Had you not asked me why Zhi's ideas were so similar to... This decision must be... Remember, you...
Understood. Come on, let's go talk somewhere else.
Bye-bye, Uncle Tian.
When do I get to pick, bro?
His manifesto was written well.
Easy. Let's not rush. There's no time.
Huh? So...
No, nothing like that. The assessment itself is complete. But let me give you a word of advice. The biggest no-no in intelligence work is to only get information from the person of interest themselves. The truth is almost always hidden beneath many layers of deception. You have to get information through many different channels.
You're
For
right.
example, Wenyuan, Shanghua.
Yes?
Lady Yelan, what are your orders?
Ugh! Who are they? Where did they come from?
Did they scare you? These two are Wenyuan and Shanghua. They work for me. As my trusted assistants, they are always standing guard nearby. They also Shanghua is a business expert who gets his information by trade.
That meathead must have been out there on sea surveillance for some time now.
Nothing can take that guy down.
Shanghua, visit all the commerce guilds and look into Qianwei's background. Wenyuan, go to the Ministry of Civil Affairs and look through Mingbo's work file.
Yes, ma'am.
So what about
We'll
Jury?
do that.
Zhi, well, obviously as the most promising candidate, we will be in bed. Let's go to the docks first. Lots of...
If we're looking for information, why don't we try talking to Bulai? He does business at the North Wharf.
That's...
Wow, Paimon had a good idea. What? No way. Bro, where? Where's fishing for jade, bro? Bro, how do I get up? There we go. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's not gonna work. No! Okay. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm teleporting.
All right, let's go.
Come on, jump up there, stupid. Oh my gosh. Hmm. 200 meters away, which is over there. Okay.
Look, your asking price for this batch is just too high. I can't buy in at this price. How am I supposed to turn a profit?
Come on, hear me out. I'm telling you, this is the single best batch of Sunsetias ever. You won't find anyone who disputes that. I accidentally dropped one into a well, and even the water turned sweet.
Even so...
All right. I'll let you in on a little secret. The boss of Second Life also wants to buy from me, but I haven't responded yet. If you won't take him, I'll just have to partner with them instead, and neither of us wants that.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, I'll accept your asking price. I'll take all your stock. Don't sell a single one to Second Life. Oh, what are you doing here? And to be clear, these Sunsetias are mine. I got to them first. Don't get any ideas.
Actually, we want to ask you about a guy called Juri. Have you heard of him before?
Juri? Yeah, I've heard a story about him. They say he was born into poverty. His parents died. One of his neighbors was terribly rude to him all the time. But Juri never retaliated. And when his neighbor went bankrupt, He even helped. He returned cruelty with kindness. Injustice with peace offerings. A gentleman of talent and character, and... oh, how did I not notice him so...
Oh, he sounds like a decent man. We can finally brave us.
Why are you asking about him anyway? You aren't looking for a... Well then, in that case, the higher bidder takes the... That's your...
Where?
It's him, all right. Looks like he's chatting with Lin Long. Come on, let's follow them and try not to let him see you. We want this in...
I'll just go and fetch an employment contract. And hey, don't try and cut me out of this. Hey!
Hey!
I understand. Let's walk and talk. So, you were looking to buy a wineware set? Oh, now I can see that you're a connoisseur, so I won't bother trying to con you. I trust you understand our shop quite well?
The truth is, an old friend of mine who likes to have a drink now and then. He fancies himself as a man of culture, but doesn't care for needless extravagance. So I thought I might buy him a set of high-quality fakes.
How very thoughtful of you. Leave it to me, then. Come and collect it at Shigu Antiques whenever is convenient.
Thank you very much, Miss Lin Long.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Juri. These days, it's quite rare for someone of your standing to still keep up with their old friends. It's nice to see. I'll be sure to pick out a good set for you. You can count on me.
My game just froze. Okay. We're good.
Juri seems to get along really well with it. Are you satisfied now, you?
We shouldn't jump to conclusions just yet. Let's go check out the wharf where...
Do we... Wait.
Probably putting on an act.
Just trying to dig up some dirt on Juri.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. But hey, if I do become Tianshu, you'll be able to try all the finest food for free.
We will? Well,
Oh my gosh, Paimon. I'm not accepting that guy's quest. For a while. Probably should have just teleported or something.
The wharf is as busy as ever. I hear the anglers here sometimes sell their fish to the nearby fishmonger.
That's one big
Welcome.
fish. Oh
What
my
would you
gosh.
like to buy
That's a
today?
shark.
Sorry to interrupt. We're actually members of the, Liyue Anglers Association, and we just wanted to ask a few questions about someone. We've heard about this young man called Juri, who's supposed to be a fantastic fisherman. Just...
Whoa! Yeon made up a whole fake identity.
Ah, yes, Juri. He's been making quite a name for himself recently. I've got some friends who travel all over the place, and they tell me everywhere they go they meet someone who's heard of him. Apparently, he had a rather tough time growing up. How does that saying go? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well...
Yeah, we think so.
But I'm afraid your Anglers Association might be in...
Huh? Why's that?
He's good at a lot of things, but fishing isn't one of them. He fishes at the wharf and sells what he catches to me on occasion. His catches are always mediocre. Not terrible, but equally nothing to write home about. If you're looking to recruit some new members, though, I do know a few top...
That sounds fantastic. I've got a couple of other things to attend to right now, though, so why don't I come back some other time and we can chat over a drink?
Sure thing.
Everywhere they go, they meet someone who's heard of him. Come on, let's keep asking around.
Here to buy some fish? It's 300 for one or 3 for 1,000. You better hurry. When they're gone, they're gone.
300 for one and 3 for 1,000? I could just get... What's 3 times 3? 9. So 900. That's basically a scam.
Hello, we're from the Society for Fish Price Research. We'd just like to ask a few questions.
Wow, she's with...
Society for Fish Price Research?
Please, don't worry. We're just here to conduct... We've heard about a certain Jur-E who's been selling fresh fish at low prices in this area recently. Do you know anything about this?
So this isn't about me. You should have said something, you know. I know the guy. I can tell you what I know. I haven't heard anything about him selling fresh fish at low prices, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was him.
Oh? Why is that?
Because he's so poor. His parents died when he was very young, and his alcoholic father still owed a huge amount of debt. No one wanted anything to do with him. He was still a kid when he first came to the wharf. His clothes were ragged, and he had a bandage, and he managed to survive, thanks to Uncle Tien, who gave him some food. But still I mean, he can afford to eat and everything, but you'll often see him haggling with others over just a few mora. So, I wouldn't be surprised to find out he's been selling a few fish. It's not like he catches much anyway, so it's not going to affect my business.
You'd rather he didn't know?
Well, I spoke to him once, briefly, and I just had a feeling that he really cares what other people think of him. I think he has pretty low self-esteem, but hey, it's hardly my place to say anything. What he's achieved already puts most people to shame. And nobody's perfect.
I see. Well, thank you for sharing.
Not a problem. And just for...
The more times you say it, the less convincing.
Doesn't have a lot of mora to his...
Bugu Shan.
Hey, it's you guys! Wait, what's the phrase? Oh yeah. What brings you to me?
The truth is, we are but newcomers to this territory. We heard tell of a great martial artist, Master Dugu, who knows everything.
Really?
But of course. We also heard that Master Dugu is a kind and virtuous swordsman who...
Great! So what do you wish to know?
Now she's lying to a kid.
So, Master Dugu, have you heard of one by the name of Jur-E?
Sure have. You mean that guy that all the grown-ups are talking about? I've heard many tales of Jur-E. For example, probably because it's nothing that important. I prefer
Oh, I can completely understand that. Then let me ask...
Oh yeah, I know that. Before that, people always used to talk about Jur-E in a kind of nasty... Sometimes he gives me candies. So I'm glad that people are
Just as I thought.
Bribe.
Huh?
I mean, just as I thought, Master...
I'm not that great. Oh yeah, one other thing. These days, there's a lot of people I've never seen before talking about Jur-E stories in the street. They seem like nice people.
Oh, definitely.
Great! So next time I see them, I'll say hi. And...
Certainly. You can also tell my friend in Yenshang Tea House about what they're up to. I'm sure my friend would also like to say hi to them.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. Well then.
Until we meet again.
So he's bribing people.
Any of that sounds strange to you?
Strange? What was strange about it?
Bribery.
Jiryu seems to have a great reputation.
True. But the issue is... come from. It almost seems too good to be true.
Sudden?
So he returns cruelty with kindness, and had to work to support his studies. These are the kinds of things that make someone well known in their hometown. But Uncle soon said even his friends who travel far and wide hear about him wherever they go. That's a little over the top, if you ask me.
Either bribery or making up stuff.
Do you remember what Dugu Shuo said about Jur-E's stories? Clearly they left him with a good impression of the guy. But beyond that, he wasn't interested in the details. That's the reaction I would expect. Plus, there's the fact that all this praise of Jur-E has only been happening his childhood, his studies, the thing with his neighbor. None of these are recent events. So why are...
When you put it like that...
Of course, if that's all there was to it, I wouldn't look into it any... Jur-E was born into a poor family. Paying people to get his stories out there is within the rules of the game as far as I'm concerned. The problem is... Do you remember what Uncle Gao said about him? He's stayed poor his whole life. Everything he's earned he's either spent on studying, traveling, or paying off debts. I don't think he has the mora to pay for a publicity campaign. Right. And that changes everything. It can mean that's the worst case scenario. But
Someone's trying to gain influence over the Qixing? Even if we ask Jiryu...
First, we need to find out who's supporting him. Remember the current affairs and planning stage of the assessment? Since the successful candidate is whoever is secretly helping Jur-E must be seeking to benefit from his actions after his appointment. Come on.
I'm guessing Abyss Order. I'm guessing anything's related to the Abyss Order. Everything's related to him. I mean, not to him, but to the Abyss.
Jur-E's manifesto covers a huge range of topics. I'll divide the reports into 2 piles. You take one, I'll take the other. Officially, the assessment is already over. Whatever else Uncle Tien might think of Jur-E, the fact remains that any evidence he's left is not going to be immediately obvious.
Even though Yelan took half, well, reading is...
Looks like I'm the first one back, as usual.
No.
Oh, hey! It's one of Yelan's little helpers, Shenghua! If you're back, that means...
You betcha. I visited all the
Don't drag this out. Just...
Yes, Lydia. To summarize my findings, most people who've had interactions with Qianwei will start out complaining about how proud and arrogant. The young master of the Feiyun Commerce Guild said that Qianwei appears arrogant, but he's very once he signs a contract with somebody, he treats them fairly regardless of their background.
Who'd have thought?
Is it possible that his reputation is fake? Is there any way you can check the accounts of the business?
In theory, that should be very difficult. But here's the thing. I asked around and found out that almost all of where he buys from and sells to should be confidential business information, but he doesn't seem interested in protecting it at all. Qianwei often sees business opportunities that others don't, but once he's made enough mora off of it, it's like he gets sick of it and releases all of his trade secrets. It's like he wants people to know that they still can't beat him, even if he shares all of...
What a strange guy.
To validate his theories. No wonder his manifesto contains so many...
I'm back! Huh?
Why do you think? Obviously, but...
You... What? Lady Yelan.
Well, we're...
The Ministry of Civil Affairs says that Minghua struggles to get his words out when he gets nervous, especially when he's chatting with strangers.
Same.
But after a few days of getting to know him, you can pretty much have a normal conversation with him.
Same.
On the whole, the feedback from the Ministry of Civil Affairs was very positive. He always considers the things that everyone else overlooks.
In your opinion, was the Ministry of Civil Affairs' appraisal of Minghua...
I don't believe so. Minghua is someone who, according to Miss Yu, the Ministry often gets Minghua to take a final look at projects before they're implemented. Oh, and also, there was once someone in the Ministry who was lying and cheating to try to advance their career. Minghua gave them the scolding of a lifetime. Apparently, he can be terrifying when he loses his temper. I haven't seen it for myself, though.
Okay, maybe Mingbo.
Whoa.
Like I said before.
Ah! So that's what you meant by that.
Thank you both. You're free to go now.
More of the story? Don't judge a book by its cover.
So, have you finished reading?
Still...
I can't see any immediate The only one that strikes me as a little unusual is the Chengshu Pool redevelopment plan. Chengshu Pool has always been home to many secrets. Plus, Ajdaha once wrought havoc there, so there are even more secrets buried deep underground. At some point, a rumor began to go around that there is great treasure buried beneath Chengshu Pool. A long time ago, with the approval of the Qixing, a mining team conducted an exploratory...
So, did they find any...
None. The ruin was completely impenetrable. The only way they could have gotten through the solid rock would have been by blowing it open. The technology wasn't mature enough at that time, so the excavation project was shut down and the treasure became a mere legend. Zhi-Yi's manifesto focuses on solving problems, and this treasure hunt seems extremely risky. It seems out of step with the rest of his plans. Still, this one fact alone doesn't tell us much. Everyone wants to get their hands on this treasure. The treasure hoard...
Excavation? Project? Treasure? Did we read anything similar in our half of the manifesto? Oh yeah! Zhi-Yi said the Blackcliff Forge workers should get right of first refusal if any suitable projects come up.
Did he now? Well, that makes everything much clearer. So Zhi-Yi wants the Blackcliff Forge to excavate the treasure of Chengshu Pool.
Does that mean the Blackcliff Forge is Zhi-Yi's secret supporter?
No, not likely. I've looked into the Blackcliff Forge before. They do possess some specialized explosives, but it would... Still, since the clues are pointing toward the Blackcliff Forge, we should see where they lead. We may well find something new.
Oh my gosh, this quest is taking forever.
Both turned out to be completely different than what we thought. What about Zhi-Yi? Is there another side to him too?
When stuck on a deserted island, rain is a precious source of drinking water.
Indeed.
There's no need for it now, though. This is the Black Cliff Forge. Let's look around for clues.
What's this?
From the back, it looks like a ledger. But it seems we don't know who wrote it, but it's interesting.
You think they're suspicious?
Yes. Look, it says right at this rate, by the time the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan is ready to roll, they'll be the technical. That'll give them the chance to take a lot of liberties. They can copy any. Imagine if we didn't suspect anything. But no red flags if all they did was change some key staff. That's the advantage of
When you put it like that, so...
That's a question for the newcomers. But let's...
I'm tired of this quest.
Excuse us.
You want them to teach you or something? I gotta say, these newcomers are in tip-top shape. Fast learners, too. My only complaint is that they're always going out drinking at night. I guess they just need some time to adjust.
They go out drinking. This area isn't exactly...
You got that right. They tell me they go all the way back to Liyue Harbor to drink at Wanmin Restaurant. It rained after work today, so they actually stuck around at the site for a while. But as soon as the rain... Hey, you're only young once, right?
Interesting. Let's...
Oh my gosh.
Looks like our hunch was on the Mora. These newcomers are very suspicious. Drinking in Liyue Harbor, huh? Some cover story. Oh wait, good thing it rained today. It means they'll leave footprints. I doubt they'd give themselves away that easily, but let's follow them.
They went that way! Hurry, we
Uh-huh.
gotta catch up! These footprints are heading towards Liyue Harbor. Maybe we were wrong about them.
No.
Just as I thought. They didn't go to Liyue Harbor. They went that way.
Bro, what if they're treasure... They're definitely treasure hoarders.
The footprints stop here, but, judging from the direction...
Gotta be treasure hoarders. Just gotta be. Evidence, maybe? No. This is... Juri's, house. Like, that's where he sleeps, I think. Dig it up, stupid.
Looks like we were too late. This has gotta be where the newcomers rendezvous with whoever they're working for. But look at these ashes. Someone was burning documents not long before we arrived.
Could there be anything left? Maybe the wind could have blown them.
The odds of that are very slim. It's practically impossible. I've checked.
Why don't we wait for them back at the Black Cliff Fort?
We can't count on that. Clearly they were based here at one point, but it's... To me, that says that whoever's behind this has moved them somewhere else to throw our investigation. Mistake. I smelled something peculiar. Those newcomers probably thought they'd be safe as long as they burned the letters. But what they failed to consider is that paper and ink from different regions produce different odor.
Really?
thing.
There is a certain place with a freezing cold climate.
Dragon
There's nothing
spine.
but ice as far as the eye. Some wealthy people there put floral fragrance in there. When that fragrant ink is burned, this is the exact odor that it leaves behind.
Of course, the Fatui. That's what I said. Fatui, Abyss Order, same thing.
Exactly. The evidence will soon be blown away by the wind, so it's nothing we can arrest any. But it's all I need. Now I know who we're...
Lady Yelan! Oh, thank goodness I finally found you. I thought I'd never see you again.
Who are you?
Don't be alarmed. This is Upei. He's Wenyuan and Shanghua's colleague. I sent him to look into Zhi-Yi's regular contacts. Since Zhi-Yi likes fishing, Upei thought he might know some of the fishermen and sailors. I left him a note at Yanshang Tea House telling him to look for me at Blackcliff Forge when he got back. If there'd been an ambush waiting for us there, it means we'd have had some... So, what did you find out at sea?
Forgive my incompetence. I'm afraid I've come up empty-handed. I asked all the fishermen multiple times, but none of them had any interactions with Zhi-Yi before. Then the waves got so choppy I ended up falling overboard. Fortunately, someone managed to drag. When I got back, I heard that you'd gone to Blackcliff Forge and might need backup, so I went straight there as fast as I could.
Well, Uncle Tien said that Zhi-Yi once bought a recipe from one of the fishermen.
What? No, that's not possible. It's absolutely not possible. Lady Yelan, I'm telling you, I spoke to every single fisherman out there, and none of them mentioned anything about a recipe.
Interesting. Then I wonder how that even more wonderful fish soup came about.
Fish soup?
Nothing. Our priority right now is to find a way to get our... Well, any suggestions? Not a bad idea. Upei, what do you think?
Honestly, I've already tried following Zhi-Yi, but the guy's too cautious. Never meets...
Okay, so tailing.
No, we'll still need to tail him. But first, we need to do...
Groundwork?
When you've worked in intelligence for a long time, you'll understand that no one can stay on high alert forever. Tomorrow morning, I'll announce his victory at Yuehai Pavilion. Take a guess what... Be sure to arrive on time. It looks like we're all here. Well then, time for me to announce the results of the assessment process. I won't drone on about the importance of the Tianshu role. Suffice to say that Uncle Tien entrusted me with the monumentally important task of assessing the candidates. And now, it falls to me to give him a satisfactory answer.
All of us here know the score. Don't beat around the bush, just get on with it.
Qianwei has many pioneering ideas, but some of his plans are lacking in detail, and he easily gets into testy exchanges with other people. Mingbo is reliable, but not quite ambitious enough, and because of his personality, he struggles to win people over. In contrast, Zhi is evenly balanced across the board and enjoys an excellent reputation in Liyue. After much consideration, I have decided to recommend Zhi to the Liyue Qixing.
What?
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear my name being announced. In my estimation, all three of us are worthy candidates for the Tianshu position. As your competitor, would either of you entertain the possibility of working with me in the future and taking on some of my workload?
I'll have to see. I'm in a bad mood. This is the last thing I want to be thinking about right now.
I don't mind, as long as I can help.
Okay, well, that's all from me. Zhi, you'll have some preparation to do. It won't be long before you're informed of your official appointment. I hope you will work hard and make Uncle Tien proud.
I will live up to the Tianshu name. On this, you have my word.
Uh-huh.
I should go. I need to pack my things, and then I think a celebratory meal is in order. Would anyone like to join me?
Count me out. I'm not in the mood for a celebration.
Zhi seems pretty relaxed now. This would be a good time to follow him.
Hey, Traveler, tell me something. What exactly does that guy have that I don't? If you can't answer that, I'm not accepting this result.
I, also...
Oh no, if we get stuck here, we will...
Follow him.
Yes, ma'am.
We finally got rid...
Lady Yelan, Zhi has gone towards Feiyun Slope.
Follow him, quick.
So Zhi really sided with the Fatui? But Uncle Tien thinks so highly of him. Why would he do this?
Difficult
Money,
to say,
dude.
but everything should become a lot clearer when we find him.
Sorry, Lady Yelan. We lost him. He's too good at this. We weren't able to keep following him without being seen.
How the heck did he manage to shake Yelan's subordinates? I guess Zhi didn't let his guard down.
No, Upei says he's much more relaxed than usual. Maybe it's just how he's wired. Perceptive enough to sense when he's being...
But how?
Don't blame yourselves. Let's not forget he was trained by Uncle Tien himself. Evading detection is not an unusual... If I'd asked you to tail Uncle Tien, you'd have ended up at a dead end too. It's fine.
Xinyue kiosk. He only went in briefly. Upei and I were watching outside the whole time. A few moments later, a man dressed in a completely different outfit came out. Upei had a feeling that it was him. I figured that if we spooked him, it would undo what we've accomplished today so far. Another option would have been to arrest him there and then, but without any evidence. So I stopped Upei, and I stayed here to wait for you while that meathead went to ask around in Xinyue.
Good work. The fish didn't take the
Meathead.
bait, but that's okay. As long as he's still swimming around, we'll find a way to catch him. Let's go to Xinyue.
This quest is actually taking forever. Like, I thought it would be like 30 minutes at most. It's been like an hour. Maybe.
Could you explain to me how that works? A guy like him comes in, changes his whole outfit right under your nose, and you don't even ask him about it?
Our customers are free to dress however they please. What grounds would I...
Okay, fair enough, but didn't you think it was just a little bit strange?
Well, maybe I did, but it still doesn't give me the right to stop him.
Enough. Let's tone this down a little. I'll make this quick. Just one question. What did he buy while he was here?
Oh, he didn't buy anything. He just picked up a bottle of liquor that he ordered ages ago.
A bottle of liquor?
Yes, a very strong kind. Fiery, with a rich flavor. Not something the average customer would order. This gentleman ordered it in person from us a long time ago. He was only here today to pick it up.
Liquor and wineware. I see. Let's go.
Oh, it's the miners.
Where to?
Shigu Antiques.
By miners, I mean the ones with ore, not the other one. How do I get out? The ones that are trying to dig up the treasure.
Hey, Miss Linlong. Sorry to bother you. Zhi ordered a wanware set from you not long ago, right? We're friends of his. He's been telling us how impressed he is with the quality, considering how affordable it was. So we just had to come and take a look for ourselves.
Sure. Which model are you looking for?
We don't really know a whole lot about wineware. Let's just go with Zhi's choice. Would you be able to show us the one he bought?
Zhi picked up his set not long ago. As a quality imitation of an antique wineware set, it has the look and feel of a luxury item. Just so you're aware, we don't have many of this model left in stock. And now that Mr. Zhi has taken one, I'm afraid it may encourage the price to...
Don't worry. Price shouldn't be an issue. I'm sure we can work something out. But I'm just a little hazy on one thing. Did Zhi's wineware set include wine glasses, or...?
For this set, the wine glasses are sold separately. Minimum purchase is 1 glass, maximum is 4. Mr. Zhi bought 2.
Okay. Thanks, Linlong. Seems there's a little more to buying wineware than I first thought. We'll have to mull it over.
Well, don't take too long. We could sell out any day now. Alright, see you next time.
I kinda wanna buy one.
This is turning into a real headache.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just like to point out that we have the self-professed Grand Master of Fieldwork here to thank for being wholly incapable of tailing an ordinary civilian without being
Bruh, shut
seen.
up.
It's not like you did any better.
My specialty is information trading, okay? I don't have the physical agility.
Yelan, so is the... Oh, if we can't figure out where Jerry went, there's no...
If so, it's no ordinary...
What do you mean?
First of all, Zhi isn't much of a drinker. On some level, he hates alcohol because if he was just looking to celebrate by himself, he wouldn't spend his meager savings on an expensive bottle of alcohol. No. This is a victory feat. Whoever this person is clearly enjoys hard liquor and has a very high status. Hence the need for expensive-looking wineware.
Beto?
Now, where might we find
Fatui officials? Should be...
Have both locations surrounded.
Child.
Take as many...
Lady Yelan, is it time for us to make our...
Get with the program, would you? This is a covert surveillance operation. Zhi may be vigilant, but that doesn't mean the same as... In which case, we don't need to change tactics.
Great idea! Jerry bought that liquor for it.
But Lady Yelan, if we get caught, this could become a major
I'm well aware, but don't you see? Zhi is gambling everything on this. If we really want to catch him, we're going to have to accept a little risk. Stick to your orders, and make sure we're covering all other bases too. Anywhere else,
Yes, ma'am.
Don't worry, Lady Yelan. Zhi may be a slippery...
I'll be waiting for you at the tea house. If I'm guessing correctly, Fatui officials are likely to take action at night. You should go... Perfect timing. Wenyuan just sent word that the Fatui ambassador, Yusupov, just left the embassy alone. He's heading in the direction of
Qingshu Pool? That's the place Jerry meant.
It looks like that's where they've arranged to meet. Qingshu Pool is always
Oh no, we got—
Let's go. If my This is Qingshu Pool, full of ruins, crawling with monsters. Anyone with any sense steers well clear of this place. I've looked into the place before. There's a worker's entrance somewhere around here. Follow me.
So that's
There's
what
been
that
some work done
thing
on
is
this place
for.
in the past, but it's a bit of a labyrinth inside. I can't guarantee we'll be safe once we're underground. The workers left an emergency access route. If we still, be ready to fight at any moment. Any resistance needs to be taken out quickly and quietly. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Don't worry, we're all perfect. By the way, Yelan, where are your 3 little helpers?
They have other things to take care of first. We couldn't afford to. Who's our target this time?
Stabilize!
Oz reveal but nice and spicy.
Quietly now.
Gather!
Busted, as I expected. But this shouldn't be too much trouble.
That's cool. So Noblesse, Aqua Simulacra. Nice.
You guys see that? That's gotta be the Fatui ambassador here to meet Ji.
By royal decree. Goba, get them!
Gotcha. Quietly now.
I don't know what's happening. Okay.
The water's going down. Hey, look! Is that another way through?
Oh, oh. Oh my gosh. Jump. There we go.
Solidify!
Hmm? I gotta push these things somehow.
Stabilize!
Gotcha.
Dang, she good. Oh man, I'm trying to go to the other one. Okay, so whatever's at the end is the last one. Okay.
Solidify!
Oz reveal bite! Nice and spicy!
Quietly now. Take it easy.
Ooh, an apple. Okay, nothing behind that. Some food. A chest. Another one of them.
Take it easy.
I see what I gotta do. It's a puzzle. Not that hard. I just gotta
The
figure
water
it out.
flowed into the groove, and now the statues have lit up. Okay, now we should be able to move the statues.
I'm going back for, I don't know, what else? What? There's a chest. The rock? What rock? Wait, no, you know what? I know what that's for. What? Oh, welcome.
Take it easy.
This will be easy.
The door is open. Let's go.
We should be nearly at the bottom now. Let's wrap this up.
That's it? That's it. Wow.
Busted.
Royal decree! Boba, get them!
Stabilize!
Things are about to get dicey.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of damage. Wow. It's like double my current damage.
I can tell from the aroma that this is very fine liquor indeed. I'm impressed. Come on, bottoms up. After you, of course.
Oh, sorry, that went down the wrong way. I've never drunk anything this strong before. It'll take me some getting used to.
You'll get there. If you want to stay friends with us, you have to drink with us.
I'll do my best.
You're more of a lightweight than I thought. Already struggling after one glass? I thought you were made of sterner stuff. You certainly kept it together when you were poisoning your teacher's soup. Come on, another round. Less talking, more drinking.
Sure. You didn't leave me much of a choice, though, did you? Just the mention of poisoning sends shivers down my spine. I'm more timid than you realize. Every time I poisoned him, I had to hide away at home for a few days because I was so scared of getting caught.
Look, I know it has not been easy for you, my friend. We appreciate all your hard work. But, I have to say, you really are quite a genius at poisoning people. I mean, the poison we brought from Snezhnaya is as strong as this wine, but you found a way to turn it into an imperceptible, slow-acting poison, and came up with the idea of delivering it through fish soup. What was it you said? Oh, yeah. You said the soup's fishy flavor neutralizes the pungency of the poison, and this process even makes the soup tastier as a result. How did you think of that?
It struck me one day when I was fishing. I'm lucky it did. Otherwise, I'm not sure I would have been able to fool Uncle Tien.
You have performed excellently. The Fatui will continue to provide the support you need to consolidate your position as Tien Shu. Of course, this is as long as you continue to do as we instruct. Aside from Qingshu Pool, we also have some other requests for you, which we will inform you of in due course.
Don't worry. Whatever tasks you have for me, I will perform them diligently.
Did you hear that? It was poison! That's why Uncle Tien hasn't been feeling well recently. It's all Jurye's doing. What a nasty guy! Seize him!
Hold on. Did you bring a camera? If not, you can use mine. This is quite a scene. We have to capture it for posterity.
Excellent liquor. We've, seen no progress on the diplomatic front, and everyone has been eyeing up the treasure of Qingshu Pool. It's been a real headache for me. But soon, everything will be taken care of, and I can report back on a successful mission. Thank you, Juryi. I remember when I first saw you. I knew right away that you would make a good partner for us. Hey, do you still remember what I said to you?
How could I forget? You said a lowly commoner like me could never be seen as a serious candidate for the Tianshu, no matter how hard I work. The only way is for you to shine bright in the Tianshu's darkest moment. I think you were absolutely right.
Yes. Under normal circumstances, the gap between you and other people could only ever grow wider over time. Just look at your two competitors. Qian Wei had wealth. Ming Boa had reputation. But you had nothing. You were just another nobody. And that's why I decided to help you. You know, there's an old saying in the Fatui. Give a starving dog a bone, and it'll guard your home for the rest of its life.
Yes. I cannot thank you enough for your generous support.
You know, the best thing about you is that you do as you're told without complaining. Hey, keep up the good work, and I can assure you, you'll never have to worry about Mora again. Heck, when you're not in the company of the Fatui, you'll be able to throw your weight around as much as you want. How about that?
Uncle Gao said that Jur-E has low self-esteem. Seems he was right. He was worried that whatever advantage he might have now will diminish over time, so the Fatui persuaded him that he should act while he can. Do you have any more film in the camera? Then get ready to use it. Tonight's grand finale should be... How well this goes for us.
Ooh, is there any more alcohol? Go on. Fill me up. I'm in a good mood today.
There's only a little left. Here, I'll fill your glass. If you like it, I can bring you some more next time.
Whoa, this is the good... Huh? Jur-E, you poisoned my wine? But when?
You seem surprised, Mr. Yusupov.
How could you?
How could I not? I've sacrificed years of my life studying and reflecting to prepare myself for this position. You really think I'd put myself through all that just to become your little puppet? I don't want to bow down.
You imbecile. It's the Fatui who got you to where you are. Do you understand? If I disappear with no explanation, the embassy will come after you. They'll get to the bottom of this. Mark my words.
Do you see the haystack in the corner? Underneath it is a pile of explosives. And next door in the dark room are the 3 undercover agents you sent to infiltrate the Black Cliff Forge. I'm gonna stay here till I see you slip into unconsciousness. Then I'm gonna set this on fire. Once the flames burn through the hay, they'll ignite the explosives.
What do you hope to?
I took the liberty of leaving some evidence of your contact with the undercover agents at the Black Cliff Forge. It won't take long for people to join the dots. 2 missing person cases will become one as the truth gradually reveals itself. The Fatui planted undercover agents in the Black Cliff Forge to steal their signature ruin-grade explosives. Their plan was to blow through the solid floor tiles in the dead of night and seize the treasure of Qingshu Pool. But things didn't quite go to plan. Mistakes were made that led to the accidental deaths of the entire crew. Faced with the overwhelming evidence, the embassy won't investigate this any further. In fact, they'll be only too happy to blame it all on a rogue operation by you. It explains why you acted alone, while exonerating the rest of the embassy of any liability. Of course, none of that will have anything to do with me. When all of this comes to my attention, I'm afraid I'll have no choice but to cancel the Qingshu Pool redevelopment plan immediately. I guess then, I'll be Tianshu in my own right, with a clean record and well out of the Fatui's reach.
Jur-E, do you really think you're gonna get away with this? The Fatui has a record of everything. That includes the poison, all interactions between us, even my trip here tonight. After I die, they'll come looking, and they'll get to the bottom of this.
A record? Oh, you must mean the one in the hands of your second-in-command, Theophan?
How do you know about that?
Because when you contacted me, I also made contact with your associates. I have Theophan to thank for providing me with the poison I used on you today. He'll help me tie up all the loose ends. After all, your untimely demise comes with a few perks for him. He has been eyeing your position for a long time now.
That traitor! Jerry, you...
Shh. Relax. It's over. After tonight, everyone gets what they want. And anyone else in the know is either my accomplice or about to be taken out of the picture. Sweet dreams, Mr. Yusupov.
Let me kill. I wanna kill. Let me kill.
I did a little surveying on the way here and found that you'd left yourself 3 escape routes in case things went south. I have them all surrounded. If you're thinking of trying anything, save yourself the effort. The game's up. We were here the whole time and have pictures of everything. They came out pretty nicely. Want to see them?
The game's up? Forgive me, I'm not quite sure what you're referring to, Miss Yelan. I happened to discover a Fatui operation here, so I approached them on the pretext of joining forces and eventually brought them down from within. If it pleases you, Miss Yelan, I'd be only too happy to have you join me in investigating this matter.
This is how you want to play it, huh? Fine. You do you. All we need to do to convict you is establish that the poison in his system is the same as in Uncle Tien's. Nothing else you wanted to add? Let's leave it there then. Time to go.
One wrong move and it all comes crashing down. I should have been more careful. You followed him here, didn't you? I was so focused on keeping myself out of sight, I forgot he was a potential liability. Let's talk about this, Yelan. I gave you my word that I would live up to the Tianshu name.
Your point being?
When I take office, I can guarantee that I will act in your best interests. In fact, all of you here tonight can expect very generous... I don't deny that I used underhanded methods to get here. But
You still don't get it, do you? Even now. What do you think? Exactly. Jur-E. Clever people can always come up with a good excuse. But while you might be able to get other people to believe you, you'll never be able to deceive yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win other people's respect, but when has Uncle Tien ever looked down on you? He was like a teacher and a father to you, but you chose to repay that by poisoning him. Whatever positive goal you may have started out with, you threw it away in that moment.
That's enough.
Of course. What makes this even crueler is that you managed to convince yourself there was no other way. Uncle Tien was always going to give you this opportunity, even if you'd done nothing at all. Out of everyone in the world, he is the one who trusts you the most. So much that he drank your fish soup without doubting you, not for 1 second.
That's enough. That's enough.
Life is like fishing. It cannot be rushed. Whatever you do, impatience will accomplish nothing. I was just like you once, desperate to prove. Later did I realize things do not always turn out the way you plan, but you have to keep calm to carry on. You're still young. Be patient, believe in yourself, and don't look outside yourself to prove your value. Where's Jur-E these days? It's been a long time since he last paid me a visit.
Maybe he's just busy.
Well, next time, if he doesn't bring a pot of piping hot fish soup, don't let him in.
Whatever you were thinking about, you'll have plenty of time to mull it over in prison. Oh, I almost forgot. If the Fatui find out what happened today, prison might not turn out to be the safest place for you. Trying to have friends on both sides, it has a way of turning everyone against you. But right now, I have an opportunity for you.
Huh?
Sorry, things are about to get extremely busy for me. Let's meet at Yenshang Tea House tomorrow morning. I'll have someone remove the explosive.
Need our help with that?
No, it could be dangerous. You should leave. Don't worry. Get some rest.
That took like an hour, dude. Over an hour. About an hour and a half. Good grief, that was long.
Solidify!
There is now no poison left in his system, but recovery from the damage already done will not happen overnight.
Dr. Baiju, is my father going to be...
You needn't worry too much. Keep taking the prescribed medicine every day, and a full recovery will take at most 2 to 3 years. It's good we caught it in time. A few days later, and the toxin would have built up in the internal organs. At that point, things would have been much more serious.
How did they successfully secure such a seldom-seen poison? It seems the Fatui are extremely resourceful.
Oh yes, I remember the snake. That's the whole reason well, not the whole reason I like Baiju, but like one of the main things I like about Baiju.
Unfortunately for them, they were up against us.
Uncle Tien will be heading off now. Remember to get plenty of rest and avoid overexerting yourself while you're recovering.
Don't worry, I will. Thank you very much. Ah, you're here too? Yes, the exhaustion.
Luckily, it looks like choosing the Tianshu's successor is suddenly not such a pressing issue after all.
Hey, Yelan!
My work is mostly wrapped up, so I thought The assessment process comes to an end here, Uncle Tien. In my opinion, Zhi is not suitable.
You have my gratitude. Ah, people can change.
Is it just Paimon, or is Uncle...
Don't underestimate Uncle Tien. He wouldn't have appointed me as assessment officer if he hadn't had his doubts about Jur-E. Normally, the Yue High Pavilion would be responsible for assessing the candidates. Isn't that right, Uncle Tien?
Yes, to be quite honest, I wanted to trust him unreservedly. But I have to be responsible with the position. When I first met Juri, I wondered if he had approached me with a hidden agenda. I concluded that he had no ulterior motives whatsoever. In the end, even he changed. But when did it? I never had any plan. I had no reputation to speak of when I first became Tianshu. I relied on Ganyu's assistance for all.
I have to admit, the intel suggests that the Fatu... He chose that... He also installed a secret compartment in the wine pot he bought to hold the poison. As the amount of liquor went down, he'd shake the pot to release the poison from the compartment into the liquor. Afterwards, we also found he had an antidote on him. Had the Fatui official grown suspicious, Jur-E would have drunk the poisoned wine himself, and then found an opportunity to take the antidote shortly afterwards.
So that's how he did it.
But that's still really dangerous.
Yes. Had he drunk the poisonous wine, he still would have faced serious health consequences despite taking the antidote. He didn't hesitate to put himself in harm's way to achieve his goal.
How is...
Well, I mean, he's sitting in a jail cell. Still, he's
A deal?
Yes, Jur-E's not the one I'm interested in. If he was as far as this went, I'd have handed the case off to my subordinates. But once the Fatui became involved, things got a whole lot more in...
Well...
Almost. Unfortunately, it slipped off the hook at the last second.
Uncle Tien? Yelan? What are you talking about?
Jur-E colluded with the Fatui to try and secure the position of Tianshu. Or, with Yusupov in our hands and a statement from Jur-E, we could afford to continue with the diplomat. Also, we'd be able to gain control of Theophan, Yusupov's second in command. Then we'd have a... Pawns like this can be major assets.
Mm-hmm.
They open up all sorts of new...
So...
We got halfway, but when we tried to...
the Fatui must be...
I found out from up... The Fatui's main forces aren't concentrated here. Brigader was only treating this... It's a pity that Theophan got away. But knowing...
I have to ask, Yelan. Do you have any desire to take over? I remember you showed some interest a few days ago.
Oh, that. I prefer my current life. There's danger and there's excitement, although it'd still be a behind-the-scenes role. As Tianshu, I wouldn't have the chance to get involved in anything truly clandestine or face any real... All right, I'm done here.
Where are you off to this time?
As you might have guessed. It's for me to know, and but I'm sure if you keep going as you are, getting yourselves... Maybe I'll see you the next time danger beckons. Until then, keep your wits about you. A lot of people are watching you for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any more questions, just ask Uncle...
Finally! Wait, was this Yelan's quest or something? I think that's... yeah. It's gotta be. What was I gonna do? Right.
Would you care to sit down?
No, I would not. How does this work? Turning a rock into wood, bruh? That does not make a single bit of sense. Who's Mika? Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that is. Wait, what? I only have one. What? I swear I had more than one. What happened?
If you ever...
Yeah. Wait a second. Okay, so,
Would you care to sit down? If you ever have any
questions about the realm, I don't even know what this thing's called, bruh. Not the right button. I don't know what this
Osmanthus
is.
wine tastes the same as I remember.
What? I didn't know that was a
Every
thing.
journey has its final day.
There it is. How do I move? Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Whoops.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Oh, okay, this is how to do it. Okay. Okay, I don't even know what I was doing, bro. What does this thing do? I don't know what this thing does.
Oh, to what do I owe? I would be delighted. We should make some tea. Hey, you're friendly with Raincomer, aren't you? I hear she's a tea drinker too. Why don't you treat me to some choice tea from her personal collection? I'm just pulling the key to making sure a for chatting with you. Let's go with tracking tech. You know me. Seriously though, the things I've learned come from a mix. For someone like you, once you've mastered. Anyway.
What is this? The heck is that? Oh, that's a fly. Look like fly. Blue Thunder Weasel. This bird's big. Look at its nose, it's so big. Oh my gosh. Then we have a toucan.
Good roll. All right, maybe I'll take one more.
Would you care to sit down and... If you ever have it.
The one before you is... Ah.
I don't even know what spin crystals are for. So, yeah. Whoops. So, yeah, I am bored. Like, bored? So, no. I'm probably gonna get on a different game. But first, I'm gonna see who's online on my friends.
Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find